Hello, hello! Will we go live first time? It looks like we might have done. Oh, don't curse it, Pam. Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you've had an awesome week. For an update on my garden, because I always get asked this. My spinach plants and rocket are growing really well now I've put them outside, even though it was supposed to get frosty last night. No frost, all good. My tomato plants have 6 leaves on them now, which is quite impressive. They look like mini tiny tomatoes, so I'm going to have to start moving them outside. Strawberry plants have teeny tiny strawberries on them, and everything else is dead. That's how my garden's done. If the rest of you are gardening in the lockdown, let me know how you're getting on with all of that, if anything's surviving. Yeah, so today we're going to get on with part 2 of making our Foxy. I was going to pick this up, I don't need to, by the miracle of technology. Where I got to from last time, I just continued felting him a bit more firm. He's still fairly squishy. I would felt a whole lot more firmly. Excuse me. And to give the makers full credit and everything, generally if I was making this, I remembered scissors. If I was actually making this guy following the instructions, I would, as they show in their pictures, my core, my white base of him would be a lot more firmly felted before I put the Foxy colour on. So he does look a little bit patchy just now, and there might be a shortage of orange colour, but we'll see. That's entirely my fault, because I started covering him when he was still quite big, because I was in a hurry to get going. But yeah, he's still bigger than my head. Needs a little bit of colouring on his nose, needs sorting out, but he's getting there. Also, before I get totally started, there is a link in the description of this video if anyone's interested in a Pass the Creativity challenge. If you haven't seen, there's a lot of fun videos going about the place where people are, it's like a pass the brush makeup thing. People take, from the right hand side, they take a brush, they're all inspired, they cover the camera lens, and when they reveal their beautiful new makeup, and then they pass the brush off to their left, and that's stitched together into videos where people seem to pass things on. And I thought it would be really cool if you guys were up for a Pass the Creative thing. So whatever, I've made a video on it and you'll see in the link down below, but the basics of it is you have your raw materials, whether it's fibre or whatever else. You're looking all uninspired. You see to your side a creative tool of some description. So right hand side, you pick up the creative tool, and then you cover the camera, and when you come back again, you can even do a transformation where you've got paint splattered on yourself or something, but when you do the transformation, rather than the raw material, so it would be like, I can actually show you on this, so you could be like, oh, I'm all inspired to do stuff, look, and then you put that over the camera, it goes dark. See if I can do this seamlessly. Whoops, and then when you come back, you've got a created piece. I hope that makes sense. And then you pass your tool on to the left, and the next person will take it up. So anyone interested in doing that, a good way to showcase your work. I'll link to your shop or your Instagram or whatever else. There, that's my little plug for that, if anyone's up for it. I know a few people have agreed so far. Right, did I click that or not? Am I either going to spill juice down myself or not? Right, can you just let me know in the chat if how everything's going with the stream, if it's all looking good? It's saying excellent connection, so I'm really worried about that, because it usually tells me it's a terrible connection. So yeah, worried. I think that was everything I needed to say at the start before we get into working on this Foxy guy. Excuse me, still coughing like mad. Right, so let's get down and have a look at him. Links where this came from. This is a maker's kit, their monthly surprise boxes. So links are down there. We do have the next box waiting to go as well. I'm so behind. But yeah, so this is him so far. He's still bit of his body's a little bit looser than I would like, but let's get moving. Oh, we've got Canvas and Chroma in the house. Good morning, it's been a while. Good to see you. Right, getting on with part 2 of the fox. So, where have we got to? So we're sort of about here. And it's saying add a little white at the nose, muzzle, chin and halfway up the sides of the face. Okay, so, well, first thing I want to do is cover this little bit of his nose, because a few patchy bits, as I say, in general, I would have felted him more firmly, felted him more compact before I started adding the colour, and then there wouldn't be all these gaps, which I'll have to fill in later, but hey, we learn, we live, we learn. Molly is in the house. Sound and video's good here. Awesome. Thank you so much for letting me know. Right. So we've got a little bit of this white stuff to make sure that his muzzle is looking foxy and good. I didn't cover all underneath because, as I say, because I started putting the colour on him when he was still too soft, then that was meaning I was using more brown, more foxy colour, so I wouldn't have been able to finish up with that. I wouldn't have had enough for all of him, so that's my mistake. Diane's in the house, looking forward to this. Awesome, me too. Steffi's in the house watching us herself. Yay! And Sophie will join too. She made the fox originally. Fantastic. Well, hello when you get here too, Sophie. But hi, Steffi, and loving this. Oh, you guys will like this. Because, right, go to face just now. I said when I was making this that I was in the middle of talking about how this is a different way, and if I was going to make a sleeping critter, I would make the full body and make him sleep. And I actually had an order for a sleeping dog in. I don't know how well this will show up on camera. And even though I have all the details from this big guy, no, you can see I still made an entire dog and then lay him down and go. It's just how I make stuff. That was probably a whole lot more difficult than it needed to be. But yeah, if there's a difficult way to do it, I'll do it. So I did a sleeping dog. In fact, yeah, I could have probably just shown you him on. Look, a sleeping dog on a sleeping fox. He's just waiting for his photo shoot to see if the customer likes him. Hopefully. Canvas and Chroma kind of likes the white patches. It gives him more detail and character. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I suppose I always super worry about little white patches showing up when I put on the top coat, but I guess, yeah, it's not always bad. He could be a little bit of an older fox with a little patchy coat. Steffi loves the dog. Oh, thank you so much. I think you just missed the start where I was talking about if you want to, I think, challenge to the makers, seeing as you're on video too. If you haven't already seen my challenge of the Pasta Creative Challenge, if you ladies wanna join in, I think that would be awesome fun, just to make a really quick video clip and we'll stick it all together. Details are in the description of the video. Oh, Canvas, the dog is beautiful work. Well, the god is beautiful work, but meant dog. Well, I don't think it's any coincidence that dog is God backwards. But thank you so much. I'm pleased with how he turned out. Right, so we've done a bit of the nose here. I want to get moving. That's the problem with doing lives of felting, is I'm so impatient to see what the next bit is. When you're felting yourself, it takes time. Sit, enjoy the process. Basically. Okay, so we're going to move on to the ears. Let's kind of figure it. Take 2 pinches of wool for the ears. I want to leave enough for his tail. I'd prefer a big tail and littler ears because I do tend to go a bit crazy with ears, which makes them look cute. Right, let's go with about this size. That should do it. Oh, Sophie's here as well. Hi there. Can't get on in the makers right now, but she's here right now. But she's here as herself, so we've got both of you as yourselves, which is cool too. But everyone remember and subscribe to the Makers YouTube channel. Can't even speak. The Makers with 2 S's for Steffi and Sophie. Yay. Steffi missed the challenge. Lost time is signing me in. Yeah, it's just a version of the Pass the Brush challenge, but I wanted to bring together some creative people, so we have our raw materials. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. I'm excited about it. We have our raw materials looking all uninspired, and then you see the tool at the side and cover the screen and something beautiful emerges, and then pass the tool to the next person, so we all get sort of a look at everyone else's work and stuff. That's my thinking anyway. Canvas and chroma. My cat Morticia, love the net. Good choice. Looks all black till she lays in the sun, and you can see the amazing orange colours. They're hidden all over her. Yeah, especially if they lie in the sun a lot, their coat colours can change, and that is a nightmare for anyone doing commissions of pets. So often people will send me like 5 pictures of their dog, and they'll say, can you match the colour of this dog? Well, every picture of this dog is a different colour because the light changes. Which colour? So yeah, coat colours can be totally awesome, and as the longer they sit in the sun, the blacks can fade out to oranges and get the tips can get lighter, and well, I'm changing colour as well just now being out in the sun, because we just got the announcement in Scotland that we're allowed out to exercise more than once a day now. Nothing else in the lockdown's changing, but we're allowed a little more exercise, which is cool, because just being outside and away from all the people is really good for your health. It's not good for my pale skin tone. I'm turning orange, I think. But yay. I saw, hello there, Sophie, the fox is looking great, thank you so much. It's a fun challenge. I think it looks so good in the pictures, so I'm nervous about how he's going to finish up. But I know it'll come together in the end. All your projects do, and for anyone looking to do these, to take the time, read all the instructions before you do. I say this every single month. Read the instructions first, don't just open the box. But set yourself a good amount of time. That this is a monthly box. Take time to do it. Don't rush it all through in a live stream. I saw, wow, this is big. Yeah, it's significantly bigger than anything I generally make. So that's a cool challenge for me. In fact, I can do this again. That's my usual size of dog, and that's what we're making just now. And actually, if I had I should get Mia curled up sleeping here, because she would be the next scale up. My actual dog would be the next scale up size. Lena, hello there. Not late at all. No, I'm just happy that anyone can make it here, so it's always good to see you. Nearly late myself. It takes so long to wake my computer up and tell it to do all the right things. So, okay, so not quite finished with the ears, obviously, but it is saying optional we can add a little black to the top of the ears, so I want to do that as well, I think. Where did I put that black? Here's a little bit of black. So I'm just going to take a pinch of the black and add it here, because if you put it in when it's not quite felted too firmly, then it sort of blends in and looks cool. And I really like the black. The black and the orange make something really foxy, I feel. The same if we were doing him standing. Yeah, well, it's not black, but it's brown on this one. But the blending in of the legs from a darker colour to a light as well makes them feel really foxy too. Barbara, good morning from California. Hello there, how are you doing? Yeah, let's do the general British person talk. How's the weather for everybody? We were supposed to be getting super cold and getting snow now, which is crazy. Thankfully we haven't. It's got colder, but I've still got my legs out. It's it's still warm enough. My tan is going to be amazing. This has been the best year ever. Or the best year in years. It's funny actually. You always look back on your childhood and think how it was, how the summers were always warmer. But someone just recently added me to a group of people from my childhood and memories from my childhood. So people are putting up pictures of the beautiful summers we had when we were kids, and it's true, it was better. But yeah, this has been starting to feel like what it used to be. I'm waking up and just pulling on shorts every day. Me and Mia are getting some cool adventures, finding new areas around me. Okay, it was pretty cold today. I had a jacket on, but in general, it's been pretty cool. I've been checking Google Maps. I don't know if I told you all this last week. Mia really likes to swim, and being a dog, it's tough when it gets hot. You know, they're wearing a fur coat, but there's only certain times you can go out in the day. You know, I can't go out all the time I would want to. So sometimes when I'm out, it's getting much hotter. So I've been looking for places where she can swim, searching on Google Maps, and then checking fishermen's websites to see if there's any ways down to rivers that fishermen use and stuff. And so I've been finding some really cool places close to home that I didn't know about. So yeah, it's really pretty cool. Barbara's saying it's really hot here in California. Yep, I would expect it. I've never been, but it always sounds like it's an awesomely hot place. Sorry about the coughing, guys. Canvas and Chroma, the weather's fantastic in Washington State. It was 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It skipped spring completely. The pollen and allergies is killing everyone. Yeah, that's the only problem, is the allergies. I'm already on 2 or 3 a day of the 1 a day hay fever relief. As soon as we can actually go and do normal things, I will be going to the doctor and saying, give me some killer antihistamines. Thankfully, the one thing that usually affects me super bad is my eyes, and they haven't been too bad. I think I've managed to stop that from happening, because especially when you're doing a lot of video, having puffy gunky eyes, it's not a good look. Canvas and Chroma, all the things are blooming. Yeah, it's nice to see it. Another thing that's causing it here, and it's going to be horrible when it changes, but I've got a park outside my house, in that general direction, a park outside my house, and there's a council and there's a private area of it, so there's at least a couple of different groups that are expected to cut the grass in the park. And the council haven't been out to cut the grass yet. So it's beautiful, all the dandelions and the mayflowers, and all the wildflowers are really starting up, and it looks gorgeous. But that'll be Pollen City, and then when the council come to cut that now super long grass, and we just had rain last night, it's going to go crazy. I know nothing about gardening, but it's going to go crazy. So when they finally cut that, it's gonna be fun. So yeah, if I disappear for a week, it's just because my eyeballs have gunked themselves shut. That's attractive. Skywolf. Hi Pam, lovely to see you're working on the big fluffy boy. Indeed. Jackie. Hi Pam, first time I've managed to see your live stream. Awesome. I saw your fox recorded stream last week, and it inspired me to attempt the fox. I was intimidated by the string wrapping. It was a totally new idea for me as well. So yeah, I'm glad I was able to help you a little bit. I think if I took the time and did it properly, I think the string wrapping is a great idea to really get him firmed up. So I think that'll make a world of difference for big projects, definitely. I think it's an awesome idea. So yeah, I'm glad you got inspired to to have a go. He's really, I love the croissant shape with 2 lumps at the end, and it's working perfectly. I really have to start being able to think in these kind of shapes, rather than, you know, literally, if I want a sleeping animal, I make the entire animal and then curl it up to sleep. It would be much easier if I didn't think like this. Oh, excuse me. Steffi, our dogs jump into troughs. Yeah, if there was anything like that, mine would. I've got maybe about 10 minutes away from my house, there's a wee, what we call little streams, burns, and it's literally about 1 foot across and 2 foot deep. But I walk up to there and she jumps in there and she's quite happy. Or a longer walk when I'm being a little bit naughty, about 30-45 minutes away from the house there's a bigger river, so walk there so she can get a bit of a swim, because she does love swimming. And generally in normal times there's a river that's about a 5-minute drive from my house that we go to. I can get to the River Clyde in there's a few beaches on the River Clyde that I can get to in 10-15 minutes driving. Loch Lomond, anyone who follows me on Facebook will have seen the pictures last year. I can get on Loch Lomond, which is absolutely beautiful, and that's under half an hour drive, but at the minute, nope. Definitely, certainly not like the Loch Lomond, that area. Don't want to be taking our germy selves from the city off to the countryside and passing on, basically. Canvas, you saw videos to why allergies get worse every year. In the 50s they planted only male trees by the thousands. And the older the trees get, the more pollen it produces, with no females to catch it. Oh, very weird. I've never heard that before. Oh. And it's getting summer... Can't speak. It's getting summer sooner. So the trees bloom earlier in the year. It definitely does feel like that, although for the past few years spring's been a bit of a damp squid, and this year it's been fantastic. But yes, it does certainly feel that things happen a little bit sooner each year. Sophie, food, felting always comes back to food. A croissant, a sausage, a walnut. Yeah, I think it depends on your mind, doesn't it? It's how these things happen. But yes, if you're always seeing food, yeah, I remember when I first started watching Serafina as well. If it's a taco shape or something, everyone thinks of food. So pizza slice, pizza, yay! Skywolf, you tried cotton wool balls for needle felting. All I will say is RAP needles. Oh dear, I've never tried that, but yeah, okay. So they're a bit harsh on the needle, yeah. Something I've definitely never even looked at and thought, oh, I should try felting cotton wool balls. But there we go, that's us all told. Don't try that. Lots of different fibres do felt. Over the years I've ordered all sorts of weird and wonderful things. For a while there was places selling recycled plastic bottles as a fibre. By itself it didn't felt, but you could sort of staple it in with other things and it was an interesting fibre. Beautiful other natural fibres like silk, bamboo, all sorts of things, and they don't felt as good as sheep's the winner, but they all kind of help. Oh, voice doing well. Lily Tree, hello there. How are you doing? Lily's just putting up. I saw it on Instagram. I haven't seen the video yet, but everyone should check out her wire wrapping jewellery tutorial. Cool things there. And Lily, will you be joining us for the Pass the Creative Challenge little video scene? I want all the people that do videos to do one at least. If you haven't seen, link in the description below. Anita, food talk's the only thing that makes sense to me. I agree. Actually, I was just thinking today, I try when I'm out on my walks, because the government said years ago to try and do 10,000 steps a day. So I try and put in my 10,000 steps a day, and my app, my tracker that does that, comes back with the calories that it thinks that takes. And the calories for my 10,000 steps a day are exactly the same as the calories for an entire tub of Halo Top ice cream. Coincidence? I think not. So, really good stuff. Just putting a little bit of black on the second ear as well. Yes, so food is something we can all relate to. Absolutely. Yeah, so many people are on my Facebook page now are saying they're having to go on a diet because lockdown hasn't been good for their waist sizes. I'll be intrigued. As I work from home generally and I'm a dog trainer, I kind of live in leggings and jogging bottoms and things anyway, but I am intrigued to see the first day when people go back to work after they've been like living in their pyjamas and jogging bottoms for like 3 months or something. I'll be interested how many people still fit into their fancy work clothes. I'm also be interested to see what everyone's hair looks like. The men are struggling the worst just now. You can't buy hair clippers for love or money just now. And half the men I know now have a bald head or a mohawk. Paper Cream Wishes, hello there, how are you doing? A Skywolf with the cotton wool thought it was going to be like stuffing. That's what I use, but nope. Well, that's us all taught. Don't use cotton wool to felt with. Yeah, it's not good on the needles. That's interesting to know. I probably would have tried it at some point. And different. See, some people still comment. I made a video ages ago about using teddy bear stuffing for needle felting with. And I get people comment all the time saying, stuffing's great, it's the best thing that they use. So I'm guessing that different stuffings for core are like different, or people have the patience of a saint. But I find actual core wool is cheaper and easier to felt than the stuffing that I've come across. Does not felt well. Not good. Canvas and Chroma. You know, if you eat ice cream with fruit pies, the calories in the ice cream do not count because the fruit in the pie cancels it out. Absolutely, yes. There's tons of advice like that. Things like, do you know if you eat broken biscuits, absolutely doesn't count because when they broke, the calories went away. Yep. So I wish it worked like that. Lily Tree, I only saw the Pasta Creative post in Facebook in passing, so we'll need to have a think about what would work. I think you can totally do it. It's like pass a pair of pliers, have a big pile of metal, have a big pile of wire, and then a fantastic thing. Paper Crane Wishes, down for the Pasta Creative. Awesome, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to this. It's only because for the I put a link somewhere in the Facebook in Pam Duthie's Crafty Friends. A friend of mine roped me in for editing one that he was setting up for Scotgoth, the Gothic people of Scotland, and we had such a good response from it, and I had fun editing the video together, and I thought that would be super fun for crafty people as well. You know, it's been done for makeup, I've seen it done for football, I was trying to figure out how to do it for dog training as well, but I thought crafty, that would be so cool. Excuse me. And a good way as well to showcase your work, get a look at what everyone else is doing. I'll put links up to what everybody where everyone's come from, but it's a fun thing to do. And if any of you saw the Pass the Brush one that I did, you know, not everyone's clips were perfect. not everyone had the best camera equipment or a actual studio setup or anything, you know, just sitting in their living rooms. But it would be cool to see everyone's where they create as well. So yay. Lily's not sure if pliers will block the lens. Well, that's A fountain needle's not far. Ooh, there we go. Killed the camera. You can put it close enough, and I can fade it to black anyway. The magic of editing. Just do the best. It doesn't have to totally block it. I can do that in. What is that? But I can sort it out in editing. Or, well, Lily, you also know about editing videos. This is the thing, so many of you on here have YouTube channels as well, so you've all done editing, you all know about these things. It was different with, I'm just wondering now, because all the Gothic types were all super impressed with my editing. Now that you guys all like, so many of you know how to edit, it won't be so impressive. But I thought it would be fun anyway. We'll need something a bit fun, bit of creative to do. And speaking of, I seem to finally have a bit of mojo back up and running. So if anyone had been following my dog training channel, Agile Canines, I decided to start putting up some more dog training videos there. So if anyone wants to see that, it's Agile Canines. So I'm going to work on that a little bit as well. Lily, interesting editing hand style. Oh, didn't you know? I have the newest version of Adobe, so rather than click and stuff, I just do magic hand movements. Oh, I wish. Do you know the number of times when I'm editing a video and I'm just yelling at the screen, I wish you would do what it was that I wanted you to do, not what I asked you to do. Because I click on things, it's like, no, that's not what I wanted. So it needs to be a bit more intelligent. Just to ignore what I'm telling you to do and do the thing that actually doesn't delete everything that I didn't want deleted. Deleting. Anita can't get over this amazing level of multitasking. I would have skewered myself multiple times by now. Oh yeah. Practice. Years. I started felting in 2008, and because I do it in front of the telly and there's dogs to yell at and if I'm talking to people and things, so I just got practiced. and also my fingertips are probably like leather, so if the needle does hit it, I'm not really noticing. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, anyone who's beginners, yeah, you probably don't want to felt like this. The makers do have. Where did I put them? Don't know just now. I'm outside where the camera is. I'm a total mess here. But the makers have eco felting pads now made of wool, which are cool. So doing something like this, you could have it on the pad and felt away, rather than felting into your fingers. You get little leather things to put on your fingers as well, but I sort of feel if I used them, I feel the needle would catch on them and break, whereas the needle doesn't catch on your skin so much. But yeah, I'm just trying to see if the definition of my camera is enough, if I actually skewered myself, if you would see it. Oh, Sophie, Pam, you're a lady of many talents. Thank you so much. As are you guys. You think up. I think it's amazing. You guys think up kits. You think up a tutorial. You create the thing. You make the kit, and you get that out for us every month. Not just one. You've got these ones. You've got the fairies. We've now got the pick and mix colour boxes. You ladies are doing phenomenal as well. Canvas and Chroma, how's everyone's Etsy store a small business in April? Since my business is sewing, I was able to pivot from dice bags to face masks and did did pretty well, made up for March. Oh, fantastic. Good for you. That's great to hear. I know the face masks have gone crazy, and quite rightly so. And I'm pretty sure at some point in the UK they're going to give us a mandatory or even a guidelines of using face masks. I've been online looking for fun different ones, because I don't want just a plain mask. If you're going to have to go out in a mask, you might as well have one that suits your aesthetic, your humour. You know, you can have a big smiley face one, you can have a scary, like, growly wolf face, or any kind of things. But yeah, Etsy stores, I want, like, mine's down a little bit, but I've been didn't really have the best start to lockdown, so I think a lot of my motivation was a bit rubbish. So I haven't worked on anything as hard as I should. Like I say, hopefully the motivation's coming back now. But yeah, my store down a little bit, not badly though, not bad. And if you didn't see the video I published this past week, this last video I published, Etsy announced their Q1 stats and included some April stats as well, and this past April has been the best month for Etsy ever, for sales. Not for Etsy, but for Etsy sellers, the highest number of sales. Now, that a lot of that, you know, we won't, not every section will have seen that. Obviously that's a high demand for face masks and things, but people are buying. So yeah, we've just got to be able to jump onto that trend a little bit, you know, get spotted. But I think it's a good thing, it's a positive thing. Excuse me. Whoa, great frog in my shop. Right, I think it's a good thing, because when we come out of this, people are going to be less using some big businesses that have treated their staff badly. And if they've heard about Etsy, if they've used Etsy because they couldn't get masks from anywhere else, so they found Etsy, they used Etsy, they're hopefully going to come back to all of us shops. So hopefully that's a cool thing. But yeah, how's everybody else doing? How's your time? Lily Tree, you needed to extend the music in your latest video, demanding next level audio and cutting skills. Awesome! Oh, good to hear it. Yeah, I will be trying to source some music. I'll see what I can get for our Pass the Creative challenge. But in general, oddly enough, I get the most complaints when I put music in my videos. I've spent ages sourcing music, editing it, you know, ramping up and down the volume, doing all of this, and boy, the complaints every time I put music in my videos. I'm like, I think I'm doing a good thing. And I'm not putting like Norwegian death metal music in or anything. I was putting classical music and nice fun jazz stuff and things, but yeah. Oh, Steffi's got on as the makers, so yeah, everyone go over, subscribe to the makers, and subscribe to Lily Tree as well. Subscribe to all of the crafty people on here. But Steffi saying it's only taken 10 minutes to figure out how to swap to the makers. Your technical skills suck, probably why we refer to food as easier and less technical. Not at all, you're doing awesome. Setting up since all this began, setting up and doing the live streams and everything as well, keeping people going. I think you guys are doing awesome. And yes, the felting mats, the eco-friendly ones, are called earth mats, and they are really good. I did a review of them in one of my streams a while back, and I really do enjoy them. Yeah, I've got all sorts of plastic felting pads around the place that I've been sent at numerous times, and I don't really use them all that much. So yeah, I quite like having the wool mats rather than plasticky stuff. these ears are getting a little bit firmer. It takes forever at this kind of size. But yeah, it's doing kind of good. 2 ears, almost the same size. Canvas and chroma. If you can't appreciate Norwegian death metal, you don't belong in my life. Sophie, we found a lot of people turning to crafting to help get through these strange times. People have more time for crafting and appreciation for small businesses and handmade, like you say on Etsy. Absolutely. I mean, I predicted this before lockdown happened. I think I did a stream saying this, like one of the big things was going to be kits, crafting kits, anything you can do like that. And Etsy announced that that's one of the big things they're seeing selling. And it totally makes sense. Some people have lost their jobs, sadly, and are looking to pivot to do something more creative. Some people are stuck at home by themselves, and a lot of people aren't used to. I know a lot of our creative people were kind of shut-ins a lot of the time anyway, but I know a lot of my friends super busy at work, busy in the rat race, running about, busy, and then out every night catching up on friends, doing things, and off on holidays, and never really sort of learnt how to just be still at home. So, you know, getting a craft kit or something just to learn how to sit and be still and do something that takes a while. Yeah, people are needing that, and it must be difficult to go from full on all the time to nothing. So yeah, kits are a great thing. It really helps them. Right, so it says taking a few bits of white into the middle of the ear, and I put the black down the back. It's a little bit patchy, but we're in a hurry. We're not in a hurry. I've got all day, but I don't want to take up all of your evenings. I know some of you have a life. And the advice here is don't felt these in too deeply. Very much so. If I take my needle and I went all the way through, I would take tiny bits of white out of the back. So I'm felting at a slight angle to push the fibres into the body of the ear rather than out the other side. And I bet you I'm going to mess up and poke some out the back, but we'll just say he's an elderly fox going slightly grey in the ears. I don't know if they do that. I assume like dogs, they go grey like round the muzzle and then the eyebrows, and then it sort of creeps back. I don't think I've seen a picture of a really old. Sadly, they probably don't make it to when they start going really grey. Not sure. Lily True, you expect complaints about the music every time, but so far, touch wood, I haven't had any. You must be doing it right. I'll have to look deeper into your videos and figure out what you're doing. Because I do still have plans for more actual edited felting videos. I just haven't got round to them yet. Yes, definitely have to get round to more stuff. But it's kind of cool. I think felting does loan itself to live videos as well. I think so. The maker's glad music is not welcome, as it would totally blow my technical fuses during a live stream. Yeah, I haven't figured out how to do music during a live stream. I suspect I would have to have music actually on my computer and find a way to play it through, but yeah, let's just live without music. Happily listen to Norwegian death metal while working out. That's why I love you guys. You're all weirdos like me. That's great. Actually, I've never tried working out to Norwegian death metal. It might be a bit more inspirational, because every time you go to a gym or something, it's always low-level techno, which I'm not the greatest fan of. It doesn't inspire me. Someone shrieking lyrics about stuff we probably shouldn't say online, but someone shrieking horrible lyrics and stuff, yeah, that would probably inspire you a bit better, making it feel like you're being chased down by a anyway, I'm gonna try that. Lily Tree, my theory about music is like in films, if you notice it, it's done wrong. Absolutely, and I know I've completely done it wrong in my videos. But yeah, you're right, the music should be a feeling. You should feel it, you shouldn't notice it, and you sort of miss it when it's not there. But yes, and that's my when I'm editing, I'm always like, because I'm listening to it, the music starts to annoy me, and I bring it down in the mix loads till eventually you can't hear it, and I'm like, was there any point in that? Okay, we've got a little bit of white in the middle of his ear, and I only got a couple of wee bits through to the back. That's pretty good going for me. Alright, second one, same as the first. Except this one's felted a bit more because I've obviously got distracted and spent more time on this one. So I'll have to catch the other one up when I get round to it. Canvas and chroma, between my stimulus check from the government, yeah, listen, Boris, stimulus checks, if Americans can do and my earnings from the store, I was able to buy a Glowforge. That sounds so cool. So soon I'll be able to custom cut engraved products, which is huge on Etsy. I'm so excited. Oh, me too. That sounds so cool. Custom cutting and engraving stuff. Yeah, that sounds brilliant, and that fantastic use. Yeah, your stimulus check being used to grow your business. I love the sound of that. That's brilliant. But yeah, Glowforge sounds cool. I was actually watching Nerdy Crafter on YouTube the other day. It's just because the word forge was in there, no thing. But she was testing out something that I've wanted to try forever. Guys, let me know if you've tried it. And it's clay, like polymer clay, but it becomes precious metal when you bake it. And properly, like, you can get it assayed, you know, and it's proper jewellery, which is like amazing. But you sculpt it like polymer clay. And yeah, she'd got one kit, and it comes with its own. It's not really a forge, but it looks like a kind of tea light wax melt thingamajig. But obviously it gets a bit hotter than that. But yeah, it's like a little tiny mini forge, and it was so cool. But it was, well, with the exchange rate, it would be about £100 for the kit, that you could make something that was like teeny, like less than an inch big. So like, okay, maybe not. But it did look fun. So if anyone hasn't seen her channel, another crafty person that's pretty cool, a much bigger YouTube channel, really big YouTube channel, but she's been testing out craft kits and all sorts of things. She's mainly a polymer clay artist, but really quite cool. Other one, I've linked to them before, Evan and Caitlin, crafty YouTubers. I love their videos, they're so much fun. And what did they just made on Friday? They did a 3D printed sort of phone holder to put in a wireless charger, and they printed it in the shape of an old video game console thing, with cat ears on top and decorated like a galaxy donut. But it looks so cool, and you drop your phone into it and it charges your phone, but it looks like a games console and stuff. So yeah, cool people worth watching. Right, where did we get to? Okay, so it's saying roll one edge of the ear over the front and felt it. Now that's going to be for the front, because I've decided I'm going to have to think which one to do. So I want to. This probably could do with being a little bit firmer before I start doing this, but just slightly roll it back, start felting. And this is just to give a bit of shape to his ear. That's kind of working. And I'll felt it more in when I felt it onto his head, which I think is coming soon. It's going to start looking like a fox not a deformed croissant soon. But yes, bend a good. The more you felt these ear bits, the firmer they are, the easier it will be to put the shape on them. Because I'm struggling a bit because the bottom's not as firmly felted as the top. Because I'm being in a rush. And we'll do the same with this side. And again, even if you're using, sorry if my hot water's making rude noises in the background here, even if you're using a felting mat, you're still going to have to use your fingers a little bit here, so be careful. The makers, check out Ailstorm Pirate Heavy Metal, not for the faint-hearted. Interesting. Cool. Right. Spread the loose unfelted fibres at the base, so that some will be in the front, some will be at the back of the ear. Yep. Lay against the head. Let's try and get. Now I think mine's head is slightly cocked to the side in my imagination, so I'm kind of going to do that. Felt from all different angles to do a secure join. Here we go. I was firming this up the other night, and Mia was just, my dog, everyone knows Mia, Mia was just curled up exactly the same, and I was like, when he's finished I'm going to have to get a shot of Mia and my fox. Also she will look cuter, but I have had, actually I was out walking her one time, and a little kid walked past with his family, and he kind of stopped and he looked, and Mum goes, "What's wrong?" I said, "It's a fox on a lead." So yeah, people think Mia's a fox. She's not. I've never seen a fox quite in her colourings, but she is quite foxy. So, oh yeah, immediately that starts to look a little bit better, a little bit more foxy. But yeah, just put it so his head's to one side a wee bit. I really do need to felt his neck a little bit firmer. That should not be happening. Oh, Anita loves Ailstorm. I'm going to have to look this up. I haven't even heard of it. Ailstorm Pirate Heavy Metal. Yeah, cool. Someone remind me. Someone send me a link so I can check this out. Lily, she is looking foxy. Yeah. Oh, your head's slightly deformed, little guy. Yeah, it's a little bit soft still. I should have felted it more firmly, but I was in a hurry. But yeah, do we think this is a he or a she? Let me know what Foxy's gonna. What gender we've got for Foxy. But yeah, it's kind of working so far. Canvas and Chroma, are you singing or have you just gone insane? Hey, hey, I want more wenches. Hey, hey, more wenches and mead. Hey, hey, I want more wenches. Lots of wenches is what I need. I'm assuming that's song lyrics. Awesome. With the voice I've got left, I'm not going to do that in a death metal growl though. Creative Living, hello there, good to see you on the stream. The makers, have I missed a comment there, but saying, should I say rarer? Rarer? Creative Living, wasn't expecting him to be that big. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm always surprised by the scale of these, because this is not the size I work to. But it's a good challenge. Oh, I'm making the whole table struggle. Sorry guys. It's a good challenge to do something in a different scale, and he does start to look rather foxy. But yeah, it's fun to do something different. I would not do this size. If I had more red, I should be covering this to hide the bits of string. But yeah, cool. Different way of doing things. Oh, the sun's shifted, so can we actually No, too bright? Too dark? Hopefully you can still see. But yes, he's certainly coming out rather large, which is cool. It's a different challenge. I find doing them like big, it's a different challenge, because any sort of it seems to me that I find it so much harder to get a kind of smooth finish. I get all the bumfuls I sort of focus on and end up with divots and things. Yeah, I'm definitely not so good at large as I am at small, but that's just because that's what I practice. Oh, your neck's annoying me, son. This needs to be more felted. Alan Maker's fox looking fab. Thank you so much. I think he's getting there. There's something weird going on at the top of his head, but we'll get it worked out. He's still so soft. That's the problem. I should have spent much longer making him not so soft, but we get the idea. Canvas and chroma. Am I singing or have I just gone insane? Yes. The answer is yes. Yes to all above. Makers, Aylstorm or Scottish? Even better. Cool. I will definitely have to check them out. Should I see if they'll give us music for the Pass the Creative, and we can have growly angry music or something. That is the thing for everybody who is editing videos and such like. The other thing is not just finding the perfect music, but also finding the perfect music that you've got a license to use. That gets even more difficult. I was lucky with the Pass the Brush challenge that was also some of my friends from Glasgow that are in the band that made that music, which was just the perfect atmosphere for the video. It just worked. A perfect storm of everything working. And hopefully that gets a bit of attention to their music as well. Okay, Mr. Foxy. I just want this bit in here to firm up a little bit because he's a little bit floppy still. So I'm just felting in backwards and forwards here to fix. Sorry, Mr. Foxy. The more real they start looking, the more difficult it is, especially in this kind of scale. It does look like I'm beating up a poor little defenseless fox. Look, he's all curled up and I'm stabbing. The worst is when you're working on like eyes and you go to felt them and that just looks horrible. It makes me wince every time. But he's so big, it's hard to actually show how he's doing so far. Going to camera. But I think he's looking kind of cute. He's getting there. Oh, we're doing a nose. Awesome. Take a tiny pinch of black. Where did I put the black? There it is. I actually have some more black here because I think I misplaced some of the black. Right, tiny pinch, roll it into a ball. Actually reading. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm just looking at the descriptions. I've made my nose too big. Peel a bit off because it's going to be a little oval shape. Oh, that is so cute. I don't know if you guys can see that for what the mouth's going to be. Well, you're about to see. Makers, Aylstorm are Scottish, rude, angry, and awesome. Well, that's just Scottish. We are rude, angry, and awesome. It's in our DNA. Right, that's probably still too much for the nose, so he's going to have a big nose. Let's not be that big. That's just gormless looking little fella. So, popping in a little. I'm going to have to remember and look up this band because this is sounding better by the minute. Rude, angry, and awesome. Ooh, my computer's just done a virus scan. I didn't tell you to do that. Are they also big, hairy and kilted? That the inquiring minds need to know. Oh, speaking of, what's the name of them? For anyone who likes that kind of thing, I can't remember the name of them, but there's on YouTube, there's 2 Scottish fitness coaches, and it's basically 2 guys in the wilderness in Scotland in their kilts working out, and it's hilarious. And they tend to finish a video walking away. They just take their kilts off, throw them over their shoulder, and walk away from the camera, and it's hilarious. But a bit of eye candy too for the girls. And yeah, I don't know how they've filmed all the exercises they do without showing more than they should while wearing kilts, but it's hilarious. Cheeky. Cheeky's the word. Makers therapeutic, always say it's therapeutic acupuncture, stabbing with the needles. Absolutely. Yeah, if you're mad at someone, you've got some stabbing to do. Right, 2 very fine wisps of wool and roll up. So I want a little one and a slightly bigger one. So I'm just rolling them between my fingers and the heat of your fingers sort of starts to felt them a little bit almost as well. Not quite, but almost. Right, so I want to go down, trying to remember the angle his ears are at to try and not make his face squint. So I'm going to go down from the middle of his nose. My nose is still a little bit big, but they're all individuals. So straight down here. And then, oh, he's got a cute smile. I love it when animals have a little smile when they're sleeping. It's so adorable. Now, I always do this not evenly. Let's see if I can get it even. It's actually easier for me to look on the camera to see that's not even. There we go, foxy smile. And I'm just going to felt it in a little bit so it sort of makes dimples rather than just sitting on top. There we go, Foxy's having good dreams about chasing rabbits and chickens and whatever else foxes do. And I'm just going to spend a bit of time firming up. I want his nose a little firm. Oh, sorry, that's an awful angle. Sorry, son. Just give us a minute. Oh, Mum's saying Ailstorm are from Perth. Cool. Everybody's heard of these apart from me. I'll have to go and look into this. There are some really awesome Scottish bands about there if you like different types of music. What's Scotia? Yeah. If anyone hasn't heard of them, my friends got me into Scotia many years ago. They're a band that come from the Borders, and I've seen them live a few times, and their live shows are hilarious. There's music and comedy, amusement in there too. They are super cool. And when my friends got married, many years ago now, about 14 years ago, the band actually came up. They were getting married. They'd rented a cottage in the middle of nowhere and stuff, and a couple of members of the band actually came and put on a live show. I don't know how much they paid for that, but the band came and they were like in the sitting room with all of us sitting there and just playing for us. It was so nice. Oh, voice. This is a pain. Canvas and Chroma. You sometimes play Ailstorm during my Dungeons and Dragons campaigns as tavern music. My players adore it. Awesome! Why am I the only person that hasn't heard of this band? I'm totally going to have to check them out. Thank you. Thank you all for the tip. Always good to find new music. G Morgan, good morning, afternoon, evening, kids. Afternoon? Yeah, it's 5 o'clock here, so I don't know. We're not quite onto evening, and it feels late for afternoon. But yes, good whatever. Good to see you. Sophie, he's looking very satisfied with himself. He is a bit, isn't he? Okay, so where have we got to? Okay. Yep, I just say it. If I'd read ahead, the makers are already telling me to do that, to felt in more, to poof out, to make his lips separate and stuff. Okay, felt both sides of the muzzle to make it more narrow along the top of it. Right, gotcha. I think. Make it more characteristically thin. A foxy nose useful for investigating into small holes. That's so cute. I love little details like that. But yes, foxes are quite pointy and cute. So more foxy nosedness. But I will get more of that as we go along as well. Eye shaping just above where the muzzle joins the face on each side. Create a slight dish shape where the eyes would be. Keep checking from the front and top of the head that it looks realistic. Yes, good advice. I am awful at getting my eyes uneven. I'll sit and just look from one angle and they'll be ever so slightly squint when you go from the top or something like that. Oh, little baldy patch. Let's just colour you in, little guy. And I'm not making this even, am I? I just say I'm terrible at making things even, and I do terrible at making him even. He's still gonna be cute. G. Morgan, will he get whisker marks on his nose and under his chin, or actual whiskers? Well, I have a feeling in the kit did come whiskers. I don't often add whiskers to my critters. I get asked all the time, but as I say, this is my normal this is my normal scale, so I generally can't add whiskers because they just would look silly at that kind of scale. But yeah, so I don't normally do whiskers, so this will be interesting. But yes, I believe we have whiskers to add. Unfortunately, again, make sure that you've firmed up your piece a fair bit before you start shaping it, because one side of his face is a little softer than the other, so it's not so easy to make him totally even. It's getting there though, looks kind of foxy. But yeah, again, I would spend a long time felting this a lot firmer. But he does look cute. I love felting foxes, so much fun. The makers, oh no, looks as happy as the fox that ate 8 out of our 9 chickens. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's one of the horrible things, keeping chickens. Oh, and you're such lovely, I remember seeing the pictures of your chickens. They're such lovely girls. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's a shame. Yes, I have friends that keep chickens as well, and sadly it's fact of life, isn't it? Foxes are lovely, but they do need to eat, so they can be the bad guy sometimes too. Yes. Did you eat all them chickens? Lily, do we have scissors this week? Check me out. I remembered. Yeah, I probably won't need them now. I didn't bring glue up because I believe I do need to glue these in, but I don't make these to sell, so I don't worry about doing too much gluey things. Alright. Ooh, we've got some blending to do. Oh, mark a straight line to show the position of the eye. Right, I'm gonna scoot back and see where the eyes were. They're here, so just so I can get an idea. The eye will be somewhere about here and somewhere about here. Cool. See, following directions and everything. Mix a little black with some foxy. We're going to do a little bit of blending, so around the eye area and down the sides of the muzzle. Gotcha. I think I've got you. Right. So, for anyone not used to blending, you can do it with carding brushes or dog slicker brushes, but you're just taking two colours, pulling apart and restacking. And actually, as this is core wool and not tops, I'm even going to do it sideways as well, just to get a mixture of the two colours. G. Morgan, I could see using cat's whiskers in a pinch. My sister collects her cat's whiskers to make watercolour brushes. Oh wow, awesome! Yeah, I didn't add the in brackets they shed. She's not chasing the cat around the house with scissors. Cats really need their whiskers. But yeah, that sounds lovely. I didn't know people used cat's whiskers to make watercolour brushes. I saw someone using horse tail hair to make painting brushes. They didn't turn out so good. But yeah, I believe these will be horse hairs, mane or tail hairs. I had a friend for a while who kept me her horse mane hairs. Words. Her horse hair with the hairs for me to felt with. And yeah, someone did point out, I didn't know this, and the makers are ethical with their sourcing of things, but when I was shown something and I was using whiskers for something or other, someone did point out that sometimes they can be cruelly got. I don't know how you cruelly get whiskers, like hairs from a horse, but always check. Right, so a little bit of shading in the eye dents and down the nose. That's a little bit. So, yeah, you can just about see that. Oh, I've got hiccups now. I don't know if that's maybe a little bit subtle, but it shows up for me anyway. There we go. The makers, yes, I am behind. The Fox box was last month's subscription box. I believe I have this month down the stairs, but I'm running behind so much. I believe it's the fawn this month if you're looking for a subscription box, but they do a fox pack now to make this fox. So yeah, if you like this guy, you can get the fox pack. Whoops. Or if you're looking for a fun project or to felt along with me every month at some point, although I've been terribly late. But yeah, if you're looking for a fun project, you can do the monthly box, and then it's a surprise. We don't know what we're getting each month. Or you can order any one of their kits for things that you actually want to make. But yeah, I'm loving the surprise and the challenge of things that I wouldn't make. Although I would make foxes. I make lots of foxes. Oh, that's lovely. Always imagine the chickens were fed to extremely cute fox cubs. Exactly. I don't want to make ow noise, ow, oh noises, because that tickles my throat. Yeah, they are some special watercolor brushes if they're handmade with the cat's hair. Oh, we're gonna make the eyes, yay! So I'm making 2 pinches of black and rolling them. Am I still in shot? I'm still in shot. And then we're gonna pop his little closed eyes on. Oh, that already! And that just makes him a little cuter. Poor sleepy guy. I'm sorry to disturb you by stabbing you in the face while you were sleeping away so nicely. But there we go. Eyes. And he's a sleepy fox now. That is cool. And yes, check from all angles. Mine's not exactly even, but it's not bad. It's good. It looks foxy. Right. Next page. Next instructions. Ooh, we are adding whisker dots. Oh no, I need a needle for this stage and I didn't realise, so we'll skip with the hairs. But add a few dots. And the kit, there's lots of instructions here with the right needle that you're supposed to be using and everything, so ignore me who just uses the same needle all the time. Oh no, I think, yeah, these are a little further back, aren't they? Yes, they're back here. I love that extra bit of detail though, to add the whisker dots. Yes, and then I would use the horse hairs and a needle. I should have thought of that. I just do everything with a felting needle. I didn't bring a needle up. But we have the horse hairs that we would do that. Oh, there we go. The makers, the Fox pack is ready to post out this week. So if you're wanting a go at making Foxy... Oh, I felted... This bit of his muzzle was a bit softer and I felted too firmly, so his little whisker hole disappeared. There we go. Don't felt quite so hard, Pam. Yeah, so if you're looking for the Fox pack, it's available, and this is a fun project, and this is their own hand blended foxy colour. Whoops, did it again. I made the dot disappear. There, 3 on each side. That's good for me. Okay, so the next steps are how to glue the whiskers in, but I don't have a needle and I didn't bring the glue because I'm an idiot, so we'll do without whiskers. We'll say that's a feature of Pam's sculptures, that Pam's sculptures never have whiskers. But he does look quite pleased with himself. Okay, so spread your foxy coloured wool out to about the size of an A4 piece of paper. A4 piece of paper. I have one of them handy. Lay it on your felting mat. Not sure where my felting mat is. Okay, big enough. Take a big pinch of your white and lay it at the end. This will be the tail tip. Cool. Roll the wool up to form a sausage. Stab up and make a tail. I think I'm going to leave the tail fairly fluffy. But yeah, so that's actually the last part. So yeah, because I covered him up before he was quite firmly felted enough, I could possibly do with a little bit more foxy colour here, but we've managed. But that's entirely my fault. But just going to smooth out this tail. And that goes from his bum. Yes. I'll pop that on just now and then I'll smooth it out. But I'm going off piste. I'm not following directions properly. I just wanted to get him going. But that's cool. And anyone else who's made this? Who else has made the fox? Because I really want to see all your foxes. I love how similar but different they can all be, all following the same kit, all with the same materials, but all slightly different. Lily Tree makers, I've just spotted your can't speak. Surprise. Why was that so difficult? Just spotted your surprise subscription box. I love surprises. Yeah. I do love their boxes come, and if you haven't been following in the Facebook group, they have got a Facebook group. Well, they've got two. The makers, everyone's a maker, and I can't remember the name, but you can find their social media from their website, which is linked in the comments of this video. Oh, Lena, thank you. Wow, the fox is looking fab. Yay! Thank you. And even got a little fox emoji. In fact, I should have. Can I remember how to do these? Yes, I do. My very own fox. Will that work? Yay! I don't just have a fox, I have my foxy girl. Sophie saying, met someone who pokes the horse hair through with the coarse felting needle. Not tried it yourself. I have a bad feeling about how I would do with whiskers. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead and not do that. But I don't want to. Right, you just cuddle. Trying to figure out, because I want to about see the white tip of his tail. So you cuddle yourself around like that, son. I should have felted his tail more before I stuck it on. I should have followed the descriptions. Should have followed the rules. In too much of a hurry. Yeah, Sophie saying that to Lily, the surprise box this month is called Sweet Shop Theme, and the next month is cupcakes. Ooh, cupcakes. Yummy. Yeah, it's a good idea just to get some fun, different surprise colours, and then you can get inspired into trying something different. Because I am in general very boring, and I'm just making animals, so I've got big piles of animal colours and not other colours. But I do have small amounts of the rest of the colours. I just fanning out his tail a bit because I made the join a bit too obvious. We want it hidden a bit more. Lily's saying that her mouth is watering for the surprise boxes. Sophie, did I make my own emoji? Yeah. Thank you. I did. That's a new YouTube feature is you can make stickers, and certain levels of people, so people who are channel supporters can use the stickers, and they have their own. If we see, who was it? Who have we had on here? I can't see them anymore. But you'll see some people, Paper Cream Wishes, that's it. And Paper Cream Wishes gets a little sticker beside their name because they're a channel supporter. And for however long you support the channel, you get a different sticker every month, up to about 6 months, I think, because I could only add 6 stickers. But yes, you can do your own emojis too. What other ones have I got? Oh, I do have my boy as well. I can't remember what else I made. Oh, I might have. Yes, I do. You can tell I had a bit of fun with this, but I think I can only do 5 or 6 stickers at a certain level until you get enough channel members, and then you can make more. And thank you. I've done an amazing job on the fox. Thank you so much. You've done an amazing job on the kit of the fox. I think he's adorable. Yes, I should have made his tail less fluffy. You live, you learn. Or I never follow instructions, and I should have followed the instructions. Yes, they have lots of foxy pictures in the Facebook group, Everyone's a Maker. So yeah, if you guys haven't joined on Facebook, Everyone's a Maker, and then you get to see what they did with their subscription box, and what people have made from kits and fibres from the makers. And it's a great community over there. I'm not as active in it as I should be. But yeah, I think we're kind of done with Mr. Foxy. Apart from his whiskers, but other than that, he's kind of there. Let's go bigger. So here's, put your nose down a little bit. There we go. I think his head's a little bit big compared to the rest, but that's entirely my fault. But everything I make has a big head. But there's me fox. I'm super happy. That came out really well from this angle too. You can see a little bit of patches where I've not covered him as well as I should have. Terrible. But yeah, little sleepy fox. So if anyone else has made one, feel free to share in the makers as well. Right, stop felting now that nobody can see you. Right, fox, done. Yeah, that was a great fun kit. As I say, we do have the phone to do next from the makers. I should probably do that, maybe let's say in about 2 weeks time I'll do that one, because I have another kit to dive into, and I have some other things so behind with all the felting. Yeah, what else have we got to do? I forgot that I haven't done my Etsy numbers in a long time. How much money does a lazy Etsy seller make? I've been so lazy. So I need to get on with that as well. Yeah, but but there we go. That's Mr. Fox. Okay, so I'll give you a couple more minutes if you have any questions, people, and then we will call it a day. Yeah, that's yeah, pleased with him. He's just down there. That's I'm admiring my work. But yeah, makers, thank you so much for the tutorial. I think that's a great job. I will spend a bit of time firming them up as ever. I'm a obsessive compulsive felter. I do overly felt them. But yeah, that's cool. Sophie, about the stickers. That's clever. We're gonna have to work out how to do those. Yeah, I can't. It's in your YouTube dashboard. If you go to monetization, you'll see it's some of the things. Oh, I think you have to be at the level to be able to get membership. So you'll see my channel has a join button, so you can join to be a member, and when you get certain levels of members, you're allowed to make other stickers, and they're just PNG files, I think, that I created and put up. And I can, in my other shop, Mia's Paw Prints, I can do sketches like that, digital sketches like that you can use for stickers. So if you have any pets, that's I can make that for you. Diane, Mr. Fox is looking lovely. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm pleased. He's super cute. So big. The makers love him. Thank you. Sophie, he's awesome. Mia will be jealous. Lily, thank you so much. Have you made a fox? Have you made a purple fox with green ears or something? Because you never follow the colours. Anita, thank you so much. Great to see an expert in action. Oh, thank you. I think experts may be a bit strong, but something to aspire to. No, this is super good tutorial, well explained. Just take your time. Absolutely take your time and read the instructions, follow the instructions, and you'll be fine. Don't just dive in, half read them, and randomly talk to a bunch of strangers on the internet. That makes it a little bit harder. But yeah, good, super kit. The makers have the part 3 stream tomorrow at 11 AM of their doll making. So yeah, everyone, UK time 11 AM, the makers have another stream to part 3 of their doll making. That's totally worth looking at. Canvas and Chroma, you're the Bob Ross of felting. I need bigger hair for that, don't I? And Sophie, thank you for making him. It's great to see them come to life live on the screen. Yeah, I remember the first time when I made a felting tutorial online, and the first person that posted it, you know, it was just a little rabbit or something, like that big, literally. And someone had followed along and made a rabbit. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then the first time I did a live, and I think Lily Tree was one of the first that felted along and put up her picture, and I was able to do it live, and it's like, it's so cool to see all that. It's so fun that you're not on your own. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. It's been awesome. I'll definitely be back next Sunday. Hopefully, if the week goes well, I'll have some other things at some point. But yeah, everybody have a great week. Stay safe, stay home, stay happy, stay crafty. And if you can, everyone who wants to join in the Pass the Creative Challenge, I would completely love it. If you're just joining me and you haven't heard Pass the Creative Challenge, there's a link in the description that will show the video that shows what I'm looking for. Let's have those videos filmed by Friday, please. They don't have to be great, or they don't have to be super quality. They will be great. Yeah, so everybody, have a great week, have a great Sunday, and I will see you at some point. And I'll see you on the Makers live stream on Monday if I get out of bed in time. Okay. Take care.